Hello and welcome to another episode of What's Inside. Today we're looking at the X-Men trading card game 2-player starter set. It's supposed to include an X-Men comic book and enough decks for 2 players to play. Now this was put out by Wizards of the Coast back around the time X-Men 1 came out, around 2000. Now it features 2 30-card pre-constructed decks ready for play, 1 exclusive premium card, 1 full-size comic book created for and available only through this starter deck, a rule book, a playmat, 3 6-sided dice, and 2 sheets of counters. These are kind of hard to find, and as you can see, this box is pretty beat up. Probably because this is where the cards are, and this probably has about nothing in it, so it's crushed down here. Probably did screw up the comic book, but we'll find out in a second here. It does have a comic book in it, so that if you're a comic collector, this might be something you'll be interested in. Alright, so let's open this up and see what we got. Now, although this is a movie tie-in, it's not necessarily based on the movie. I found that out when I opened some boosters for it. These open from the side, so let's see what we got here. Alright, the comic book is on top, so it probably is pretty beat up. Oh yeah, that's all kinds of beat up. Alright, so. Yep. Got some creasing and everything. Alright, X-Men the Movie Special. It's number 1, because it was for the movie. Let's see what we got here. We've got, it's by Jay Farber, Anthony Williams, and Stephen Baskerville. I bet he's got a hound. It looks like it's just a comic adaptation of the film. The characters look a little more like they were based on the comic book characters. So there's Angel. I don't think he was even in that movie. Mystique, Cyclops. Lots of junk pages with ads and character profiles, that sort of thing. Doesn't look like it's actually based on the movie. It's just got some of the characters in it. Sabretooth has a sweet 70s mustache though. They are wearing the costumes from the movie. Rogue looks like she's got the longer hair with the white streak. She looks a little bit more in her 20s. I suppose not like old lady Rogue from the 80s, but you know, it says the movie special, but I don't think it's based on the movie because Angel's in it. But what are you gonna do? So yeah, so that's an interesting addition. Then we've got some sort of advertisement here, and then we've got this box. So let's see what's in here. Alright, so there's our decks. And there's a little tube in here. It says X-Men on it. And there's the box that it comes in. I think it's really poor art, but what do I know? This tube's probably going to have our dice in it. So let's see what we've got here. Yep, just 3 D6s. Nothing too special. Numericals instead of dots. Just 3 black dice with white lettering or numbering. So nothing too fancy special there. It's kind of convenient to have this in a little tube though. So let's look at our decks here. They're labeled A and B on here. We'll open these up and see what kind of stuff we've got inside. Plastic's pretty good still. Alright, here's our counters. Pretty thick cardstock actually. It's just labeled X's. So you get 2 sheets of those. This must be our playmat. Well, this is quite large. Alright. Doesn't want to unfold very easily. Yeah. That's irritating. It's made out of cheap, real cheap paper. Not the cheapest we've ever seen, but it's definitely cheap. One side's just a poster with the X-Men movie logo and says X-Men on one side. The other side is the actual play mat. Cards set up in the center, and then on each side has some different art. This side has Wolverine, and there's space for cards down there, and your discard pile, and a brief rules overview on the side, which is kind of handy. The other side has Professor X pictured, same basic layout. It does have a countdown meter for the Danger Room track. Yeah, it would be, if this was nicer paper, it would have been handy, but the paper's really thin and really difficult to unfold without ripping it. Then there is a little survey form, so you could get on a mailing list from Wizards of the Coast and do their demographic stuff for them. Then we've got the rule book, which the art's actually pretty cool on that one. That's more like it's a movie photo. That's why it looks so realistic. It's got like a smoky thing, kind of made it look like a piece of art from a slight distance. Looks like it's, what, 20 pages, 25 pages or so. It's got a checklist in there too, it looks like. So, or at least a little bit of a character checklist. Basic description of how to play, nothing too exciting. Here's our special premium card, which is Reality Shift Power Up, Danger Room level 8. If the Danger Room level is 10 or more, X-Men teams may attack X-Men teams. The team may still attack only once per turn. It is a foil, and it has kind of looks vaguely like a Versus card to me, but it's a pretty nice card actually, pretty cool foil. As you can see, it's got the same backing as these other cards. This was a movie tie-in, so I'm not super impressed with the actual gameplay, but this foil card's pretty cool. I don't know if they had foils in the booster packs. I never got one if there was. But this is card number 121 of 131. So that card is a regular in the deck as well. It's just probably not foiled. So let's open the A deck first. This is Wolverine. So let's see what we've got here. Alright, first things first, we have Baptism by Fire. Then we have Berserker Rage. Psy Shield. You Can Make It. Remove 1 damage counter from one of your X-Men. Another You Can Make It. Precision Fire. Precision Fire. Oh, that's Momentum. I'm sorry. Yeah, Precision Fire, Momentum. There's 2 of those. Another Precision Fire. Finishing Blow. Another Momentum card. Finishing Blow. Finishing Blow. All or Nothing Battle. It's a mission card. Surprise Assault. Bad Blood. Death Trap. Death Trap. Death Trap. Showdown. Showdown. Blood Feud. Blood Feud. Face Off. Face Off. Face Off. Agility Trial. Agility Trial. Agility Trial. Combat Training. Let's draw a card. Combat Training, Combat Training, Toad, Sabretooth, Rogue, Jean Grey, and lastly Wolverine. Now, interestingly, what you might notice with these is the character cards have a different backing from the regular card. So that's something to be aware of. I'm sure it affects something or other, but the character cards seem to be in the higher numbers. They're in, like, Wolverine's card 131 of 131. So that's the A deck. Let's look at the B deck, which is Professor X's deck. Up first we've got Follow Me. Cyclops can draw 3 cards or draw 2 cards for everybody else. Hold Your Fire. Goddess. First Aid. First Aid. Psychic Boost. That's a horrible picture. Psychic Boost. Psychic Boost. Dramatic Escape. Dramatic Escape. Dramatic Escape. Mental Probe. Mental Probe. Mental Probe. Pounce. Pounce. Dramatic Confrontation. Last Stand. Protection of the Innocent. Protection of the Innocent. Dogfight. 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 Payback. During this attack, before any dice do anything, you may reroll 1 die. Another payback. Another payback. There's a B in here. Cry for help. Cry for help. Firefight. Firefight. Then we've got character cards of Mystique. We got Magneto. Storm. Cyclops. And Professor X. And that is the last of the cards. So, I believe these decks are fixed. Let's see if it says on the box. Yeah, pre-constructed decks. So these should be consistently the same in every one of these packages. So, we've seen what's inside. There's not much to it. I think the art is pretty terrible on most of these cards. A lot of it looks like it was rushed. Some of it's just terrible. And quite honestly, it looks very much like they just farmed it out to some high school anime wannabe kids. The character card art is much, much better. The foil is kind of nice, but I don't really know how well this is going to hold up. I think it was more of a publicity stunt so that they could do a quick turnaround and sell something. There's no age given on the box as far as I can tell. Other than not for kids 3 or under. So I think it's just a simplistic game they threw together to try and make a quick buck off of the collectible card market that was still pretty hot at the time, and selling the brand of X-Men. So I think it's just a shameless ploy by Marvel and Wizards of the Coast. So I don't know if this would be worth it. I didn't much care for it. I thought the game was a little too simplistic and not so much a challenge game as it was just a shameless grab for money. But that's just my opinion. Check it out for yourself, see what you think. And that'll do it for this episode. As always, thank you for watching, and we hope to see you in the next episode of What's Inside.